On March 5, 1770, a group of colonists terrorized 9 British soldiers in Boston by throwing anything they could get in their hands on at them. In defense, the British soldiers opened fire on a group, killing 5 and wounding others. Even though the colonists started it, they used it as propaganda against the British. This event was forever known as the Boston Massacre. Some of the British soldiers were later hung as punishment.
Did you hear what happened in Boston yesterday?
No, what happened?
Well, those rotten British soldiers opened fire on a group of unarmed colonists. 5 were killed with several others wounded. The British say that the colonists started it by throwing debris at them in protest. Serves them red kills right. They think it's okay to tax us and tell us what we can and cannot do. It's about time someone stood up to them.
Britain is just trying to run their country to the best of their ability. Why don't you just cut them some slack? If the colonists started it, the British soldiers had a right to protect themselves any way possible, even if it means with force.
How can you say that? Those are our people. They have families that will miss them. The British had no reason to kill innocent people. The colonists had every right to protest the wrongdoings of the King and Parliament, for their decisions affect us every day of our lives. How can you stay so loyal to them? How can you sit there and love a country that's only goal is to make us suffer and reap the benefits?
Our mother country has done everything it can possibly do for us. Now when it asks for a little bit in return, its oh-so-loyal followers turn their back on her and protest her so-called wrongdoings. That's not the right thing, and I believe in the right thing. You can sit there and rebel all you want, but it won't get you anywhere. Your people are a bunch of crybabies.
The Boston Tea Party was planned by the Sons and Daughters of Liberty after the mayor of Boston and Loyalists told British cargo ships they were not allowed to leave until all the tea was unloaded at the harbor. The Sons and Daughters disguised themselves as Native Americans, boarded the ships, and dumped all of the chests of tea into the water. Boston was then punished for the Tea Party when England enforced the Intolerable Acts.
Yeah! Yeah! Hey, what are you doing with your flag?
British soldiers have taken over Boston. I'm lowering my flag as a sign of sympathy, and then later my wife and I are packing up some food to donate. Did you hear they closed the harbor?
Yes, I heard. They're only doing it to punish us for our misbehaving.
Our misbehaving? Really? You're going to sit there and say that Britain is the innocent one in this equation? The Boston Tea Party was a necessity. Maybe now Britain will understand that we are not going to stand here and take all these taxes among other things that they have done to us. Maybe now they will give us the equality that we deserve, or even better, our independence.
Do you really believe that after all we have done to our mother country that she would repay us with such kindness? We are more likely to be hung. Those intolerable acts are just the beginning to what will come if you stubborn patriots don't stop this nonsense. You guys are only making it worse on the rest of us. We got what was coming to us because those so-called sons and daughters of liberty took things too far this time. Now innocent people will most likely starve to death for nothing but Britain trying to run this country, and you rebelling a little. Change in Britain is trying to do our best for everyone.
You stand there just as stubborn as the rest of us. You can keep your loyalty, but mark my words, patriots will be victorious. The United States will have their independence. Britain, oh, now go run along and praise Britain somewhere else. I'm trying to help my fellow man.
On April 19, 1775, 70 Minutemen had gathered on their town's greetings after hearing the redcoats were on their way. They grabbed their guns and stood waiting.
Put down your guns and go home! No!
Boom!
Charlotte! Boom, 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 boom! It's so sad 8 Minutemen were killed in that battle. Did you hear?
What battle?
Well, British soldiers were walking through Lexington, and the colonists met them on the town green. The soldiers opened fire after hearing a gunshot and killed 8 poor Minutemen.
Well, they shouldn't have gotten in the way. They were kind of asking for it. Who shot first?
No one knows. I bet it was one of those awful soldiers, always trying to push us around.
Please, it was definitely one of those sloppy Minutemen who were a sad excuse for an army.
Either way, I hope this starts something, so maybe one day we can break away from Britain.
Why would you ever want to break away from our home country?
Because I am tired of being pushed around. It is time for us to fight back and win our freedom.